Don't like it. Don't like it. Anybody
I don't know
want to
what
change
that
it back?
was either.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that was weird.
Change it back. Change it
Yeah.
back. I
No,
was like, I was
sorry.
in a dentist chair or something.
What's
I was
wrong with
waiting
the
on-
dentist chair?
It's death. That is death.
I'm not a fan of it.
Sorry,
What's up,
B.
y'all?
Happy March. How's it
Yeah.
March already?
Thank
That is
goodness. Almost ready for decon.
Whoa.
Chill
Calm down.
out, homie.
The only reason I say that is because Jay is like super excited. He messages me about once a week. You ready for decon? You ready for decon? No.
Is he not doing anything else other than decon? Is
He's
that
doing NYCC?
Well, he found out about 5 points. He's not doing 5 points now.
Or, yeah, 5
yeah.
points. Oh, he's not?
We were both going to do 5 points, and neither of us are now. So, if you guys didn't hear, which I just heard today for the first time, is 5 points will be outdoors this year. How would you schedule an event? What if it rains?
I don't know.
Set up all your product, or if it's super windy. I've been at events outside where it's super windy and your tent just goes flying. No, it's not I can't do it. So unfortunately, I will be skipping that.
I'd be curious to know why. Did they announce it on Insta, or how did you find that out?
It's on the website. And they said that they're promoting it as it being more space for them to work with or something like that. Which, I mean, like 5 points, the one last year, usually they have like the indoor, most of it's indoor, but then they have the outdoor where all the art is, where they do the art battles and stuff, So I guess now they're just bringing it all outside.
To a new location too.
Yeah. Hippies here in full force in the chat.
It's also always been like a food and art festival, so they do like food trucks and beer.
But I remember Red or somebody talking about 2 years ago that they didn't have the air up enough, and everybody was just dying. So in saying that, if you're going to be outside, it's going to be just as worse or worse.
Well, it depends. Yeah, I mean, it could be 90 degrees. Who knows? I think the time of year, May 31st, June 1st, it's probably a high probability that it'll be nice weather, but it can rain anytime. And then you're right. And it can get windy and stuff like that. So there's definitely going to be Mother Nature at play. It'll be interesting to see. Who knows?
Yeah.
New location, new format. So we'll see how many people don't go. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, there's also, I think, just a month and a half later now, Collected Con kind of in play too. So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, I might do that now instead, just because not going to 5 points.
Yeah. We got a crazy month coming up here, gang.
It's crazy couple months. Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
Rock, are you freaking out because it's 20 days till D-Day for turn-ins and 24 days till the actual event, right?
I'm actually not, because mine are almost done. I'm doing 2 pieces. Mine are almost done, and I'm starting to see all your guys' stuff. Not EMB, but it's good. I'm ready. My head's at a different place. My mom's funeral's the 21st. So we're finally getting to have that being done. So I'm excited to get that part passed and just get into the new year for me. So
it'll be kind of a cerebral cleansing month for you. I mean,
get to see both my brothers together. It's hard for us all 3 to get together. So
she'll be looking down on the night of the event too, so it'll be good.
Oh yeah. But no, I'm excited about the 29th. I cannot wait.
For those of you who are living under a rock, not rock, but a rock, and we are talking about his Bolt Custom show at is it Kohai? Am I always pronouncing that right?
Kohai Toys on the 29th is the opening night
in LA.
They're gonna have live music.
Doing a joint piece instead.
And my buddy Super Cooper is involved.
He's helped a lot. He's pretty much running the whole show for them. There's gonna be live music. We're gonna do live painting during the day. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait.
What's up, Sketch?
What up, Sketch?
And Bee's been in demand. She's got like 5 shows in the next week and a half or something like that.
It feels like it.
They're all happening on the 29th too. It's kind of weird.
Well, I think one's on the 28th and two are on the 29th.
Well, World Bear Day is the 23rd, actually, I think.
Well, there's a classic pizza
World
on the
Beer
28th.
Day.
Well, I mean,
Bear
it could be
got you.
Beer Day too. World Bear Day is the 23rd. And then, yes, the Strange Cat Bite Me show and Rocks show are both on the 29th.
And on complete opposite ends of the country.
Yes.
So if you can make both, that would be great.
Yeah.
Sure.
Fly.
Sure.
Get the private jet. We'll
3 hours difference.
Pick it
Get
up.
time zones.
Be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty excited today. We'll bring this on in a couple of minutes, but we've got an absolute legend of a guest tonight. He's been in decades in the industry, so stay tuned. In just a couple of minutes, we'll be bringing on Kwestone. I'm excited about tonight.
Yeah, I was excited when he said he could do it too. So maybe he'll come out. I'm trying to get whoever is in the California, LA area to come on out and say hi. It'd be fun. Meet up with some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun spring. First off, I just want to take a quick census poll amongst the four of us. Is anybody else? Yeah, yes, B.
Yeah.
You're voting yes. Is anybody else freaked the hell out that it's already the 5th of March? How is it March already? It's so weird because it feels like it's been about a year and a half, and it also feels like it's been about 6 days. So I don't quite get how this year's going.
It's going by fast. It's going by fast.
It's insane.
Absolutely. I know somebody was, well, we always book 6 months in advance at the dental office. You know, they're like, you want to book your next 6-month cleaning appointment. And so I'm like, oh my God, 6 months from now is September. Like I always have to think that far in advance.
Yeah.
You know?
See, for me, like when I go now, granted, I don't have a ton of hair and my haircuts are fewer and further between than they used to be. But when I go to get a haircut, they're like, would you like to book your next appointment? I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. No. No. 6 months. Are you kidding me? No.
Summer is over.
Summer is over.
Don't mind the Australian over here. He's confused.
It's tomorrow and apparently 6 months further ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we got March, and then what's coming up in April? April is I think April's kind of a in-between month to get caught up. I think for me at least.
April Fools.
Yeah, true.
Easter, which falls on 4/20, which is going to be weird.
Yeah.
You see a lot of stoned rabbits.
Yeah, you're gonna have some those eggs. Never mind.
What?
Just a bunch of munchies and stuff. It's eggs that,
Ooh, like Cadbury eggs. Yeah, those go hard. I like those.
Egg bongs.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's gonna be handing out all kinds of munchies this year. It's gonna be crazy.
No, the best one is the little bubble gum. They look like they're in an egg carton. They're little bubble gums.
They last like 5 seconds. So
yeah, I wonder if they're gonna be like $5 this year, like the other eggs.
I like the little, not the original Cadbury that has the cream inside, but the little tiny like M&M kind of ones or whatever, the Hershey ones, like they have the hard shell. Those are. I have some in my. At the moment they come out, it's like the Shamrock Shake. I have to have a bag, even though it's like a month and a half before.
What does a Shamrock Shake taste like? I've never had one.
Mint.
Bath soap.
No, it does not taste. It tastes like Irish Spring.
Yeah.
No, it tastes minty. It's just like refreshing and minty. I like it.
Yeah.
I like mint. I'll try it out.
Yeah, it's great.
Irish Spring in the other thing in my bathroom.
No, thank you.
Try that out.
I will say this very quickly. I mean, I know we're going to talk about kind of what we got coming up near the end of the show, but I already have the entire month of March booked out for One of One, and I've got 3 or 4 in the queue behind that.
Wow.
So this month's 4 artist lineup, it's fun. It's going to be really cool. I'm excited to tease that later.
Yeah. So do you have a list so far? Tell me everybody that's been on.
So far to date, we started, and this is in order, and I'm doing this by memory. Freaky was the first artist on. Then we went to Creepy Monster, who both have now finished their commissions. And
Creepy and Freaky.
Creepy and Freaky. They're unbelievably good. And then we came back with Teeny Fletcher, who is in progress right now, and she's also doing a CanBot for me. And I saw the tease of the mold, and I'm just like, oh my God.
She's incredible.
Oh, so good. And then for the Valentine's Day show, I brought on Jay Martin. To end out Heart Month, I brought on Cardi Artist. And then last week we had our very own family member here, Juju Owls. So
It's crazy. It's already been that many weeks and artists. That's crazy cool.
And both Juju and Cardi showed progress teases already, so they're killing it. Like I'm loving this. And so far, I will say, I mean, I've gotten amazing reaction from the artists. The one thing that makes me happier than any of it is that every artist to date so far, whether it be a piece they showed or another reach out, have gotten an additional work, a commission or another piece or two sold on top of the commission they got from 101. So that makes me thrilled.
Who won Juju's? Because I know they picked my toy.
PNJ?
No,
yeah,
was it PNJ? Oh, yeah, that's right. Because it was a battle. I remember that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hi, El Tejon.
All right, so let's bring on our awesome guest that we have tonight.
All right, Rock, why don't you intro them? I'll bring them in here.
So you guys, if you don't know who Kwestone is, you've been under a designer toy rock, I guess. He's working with Arlux. He does a lot of cool things with Arlux. He's done a couple of their pieces. He does the and I'm going to draw a blank. Well, yeah, those for sure. His toy is the what's his toy called?
The Dead Stock.
Dead Stock. I'm sorry. So I knew my brain would freak. But guys, let's welcome to the show, Mr. Kwestone. Bring him in.
Hello.
Quest, I'm so sorry. I brain
No
farted there.
worries.
I'm sorry. I have every one, by the way.
He's like, what's the name of that thing?
That's okay. That's
I got
okay.
this one from Jesus.
I appreciate you.
I
Seriously.
did not mention, and we will talk about this. We will talk a lot about your game, which is amazing.
Thank you.
I know 2 years ago at Decon, I think I went over there and bought this piece. I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, and you had your game up for like prototype. You could play it and see, you guys were working on it and stuff right there live. It was so cool. So
yeah, we're still chugging away, and we're hoping to get it out. We had to push it back a little bit, but we're hoping to get it out like third quarter. Not third quarter. Sorry, first quarter 2026.
Oh,
so
nice.
just because well, we'll talk about it, but
yeah, we'll get into that.
We'll get into it.
So I was going to say, if everybody in the chat could just reach under their chair, there's actually a copy of the game.
Yeah.
And you get a copy.
Ultra level shit.
No, so I think originally it was planned to be, I think, in September or.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like fourth quarter, like October. I wanted to release, but like trying to figure out the best way to optimize the game. I'm learning stuff. Like again, I'm gonna get into this. Like
we can
building a game and stuff like that. But
well, we like to kind of take it all the way back here at DT4. So I mean, I know there's a ton of people in here that know your work or know the name, but there might be a few, especially in playback, that aren't familiar with you, or maybe just became familiar with you, in the designer toy world. And you have a real rich background and like history of being in the art scene. So why don't we take it all the way back to the very beginning?
The very beginning.
And let's learn like where this journey
young Kwestone was
like Quest Zero, like
before right. So
Quest
my real name is Cheeto Arellano. I go by Kwestone. I got that name when I was part of a graffiti group called SOL, Sex and Old Ladies. I mean, they can't outlaws. No, that's for my boys out there. But yeah, high school was like a graffiti kid, and me and my high school friends would go around painting. And at 19, I got my first job doing t-shirt graphics in the 90s. Everybody had a t-shirt company. I mean, now everybody has a t-shirt company again. Like, so my cousin's line was called Days, and I ended up working for him at first, like getting $100 to do one t-shirt design. That was like, I don't know if you guys know what cutting Ruby is or old screen printing like stuff, but it's like, so to do separations for colors back in the day, instead of using a computer, everything was hand done, and you had to cut this film out called Ruby Lit. So I was cutting Ruby at a Kinko's at like midnight, doing all that stuff. Right, that's me at 19 years.
We had a t-shirt business I did back in the day, and it was Ours was after that. You were bringing it way back because
yeah.
Ours was all computer generated.
I am old, so
not as old as me, but we'll move past.
I don't know, dude. Like I'm wearing a cap. You can't see all my grays, so
it seems like a lot of artists that we have on, when we say go way back, a lot of it starts from t-shirt design.
Yeah.
Like people have designed either stickers or t-shirts back in the day. And it seems like that was the thing to do to get started. You know?
Well, I was just lucky enough to I was just lucky enough to like that helped me to connect with other people's in the because at that era graffiti artists were t-shirt designers too, right? So I got to know that crowd. Like we would do what's that called? ASR? Action Sports Retailer. I don't know if you guys know that convention back in the day. So it was just the skate, surf, and snow industry would show their stuff out there. And so I got connected with other street brands like Gypsies and Thieves, Sucker brand, 25 to Life, you know, like, and then eventually connecting with a small surf company called Koi Clothing. And then from there it was, is that me?
Uh-oh, you're on fire. See?
Oh.
Quest comes on and things are happening.
Sorry, I think my partner's cooking downstairs. My spouse is. So
we got a few minutes till it gets upstairs. You're good.
It's all good. So from there, I ended up working for or doing freelance for the skate, surf, and snow industry, where I was doing private label stuff for PacSun. I was doing stuff for Vision Streetwear, you know, some skate companies out there and stuff like that. Red Sand, you name it. I was doing all that stuff. So as I'm doing that, I'm working for print houses and stuff. And I land a gig doing t-shirts for Tech Deck. Somebody had the license. They're like, hey, can you, you know, like, here's a thing. Can you come up with something for that? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so what I did was like, I took their thumb character and started drawing him in different ways. Like I did an alien, I did a samurai, I did like all that stuff. Oh, sorry.
No,
and then
you're fine, unless you got to go check it. We can.
This guy's on fire. That's
yeah. There you go. Right.
Sorry. And so from there, like when I turned it in, they were like, "Ooh, you changed their design a lot. I don't know if they're gonna like that or approve any of this." And I'm like, it's worth a try.
Yeah.
And so I get a phone call later on, like a week later, and it's the guys who started Tech Deck, and they're like, they were called X Concepts, and they were like, their art director was like, "Who are you? And have you ever done toys?" And I'm like, "No, but I'm willing to learn." So my first job as a junior toy designer for the industry was like helping to create the Tech Deck dudes.
That's crazy.
So I don't know if you ever collected those in the late 90s.
I have a ton of them in the garage.
Yeah.
So I would say 98% are mine.
Wow.
Like all my designs. So that was me.
That's so cool, because we just finished a custom show that a friend of ours in the community, the art community, they do a Tech Deck show at SkaterCon.
Do they?
Customize
Big Deck Energy.
Yeah. Big Deck Energy.
That's
in fact,
fun.
I have one. I'll go grab it so you can see.
Yeah,
That's
I have one right
hilarious.
here too.
Is it that? Oh, it's okay.
Tealy Rockies.
Very cool. Did you guys call up Tech Deck, the guys at Spin Master, to see if they could sponsor?
So L Spock and Ink Toos are the ones that curate the show. So I'm not sure to what level Spock
This is
has.
one that I bought from one of the artists that we like.
Oh, very cute.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah, very, very cool.
We're
So
repping party today.
yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, and then for the Hunted Dude, I actually designed myself in there. Like you could actually see my name. So I'm number 100 in there, and it has my bio and everything on there.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so then I've been working in the toy industry for over 20 years now. Like I've worked for Mattel, Hasbro. My last job was over at Jakks Pacific, the guys who do like World of Nintendo, the Sonic toys, all that stuff. I was doing content creation for them.
So what's your favorite toy as a kid? What was it? What was your go-to toy?
You can't ask me that.
I can ask you that. You might not have one answer, but
I don't, because it could be from like my first toy that I could ever remember that my parents got, or especially my dad got me, which was a Mazinger Z Shogun Warriors by Mattel. You know, I was like probably 4 years old.
Yeah.
And my dad the story goes, my dad went scouring around, found it at a Safeway for like, it was for Christmas. And we got these big ass toys. And of course, my older brother was like, let's see how they work and would tear it apart. So none of my old toys like survived. I remember having a plushie Moffat from Battlestar Galactica that I really loved.
Nice.
My Buck Rogers, the 80s Buck Rogers, like Super Scope type of thing. Like you name it, like I just loved toys when I was a kid. Like even when Transformers first came out and they had what was the airplane, the Autobot airplane? What was it? But they didn't have time to change his head. So it was like the Macross airplane, but it was like partly die-cast. It was amazing. I had one of those, but my brother broke it.
My brother used to tape firecrackers to our Evel Knievel, so when we jumped, they would blow him up in the air.
Evel Knievel is a hard toy to break. Let me tell you. Like
we'd set him on fire, we'd blow him up. He kept jumping. He was awesome,
and he could jump like 2 stories.
Like, and I mean,
no problem.
Toy Story.
The flywheel is just nuts on that thing. It's just like, I remember doing some product development, and we bought one of those as a, like, let's test it out. Of course, we just want to jump things. Like these toy designers inside an office, like trying to launch it over everything.
All my action figures were very well used. We talked about this on a recent show, and I said I wish I would have known what I know now, because like my Star Wars or action figures from like Buck Rogers or any of those kinds of properties, me and my buddies would play with them. And back in the day, we would like take little tissue paper and we'd like put red marker on them and then put them onto the body. So when we were like shooting them out, it looked like they were actually so there's just paint marks all over them and faded. I mean, they got played with, they got used, and it's crazy because now you look in an old bin somewhere, years and decades later, and it's just these ratty versions of action figure, but they're great.
I wish I was able to keep most of my toys, but again, it's just like having brothers and wanting to destroy stuff. So like when I grew up older and had started getting my own money, I didn't think I was going to get back into toys initially. Like I ended up like a friend of mine gave me when they were reissuing all the Star Wars stuff, he gave me like this X-Wing for Christmas and with Luke Skywalker. And I'm like, well, you can't have Luke Skywalker by himself. And then I started collecting toys again. But then I ended up in the toy industry. So my collection got bigger and bigger and bigger. Of course, you get samples, you get this and that. And so, I think I just love toys in general.
What year, let's move forward. What year did you start the dead stock? When did you start messing with that figuring?
Yeah. So for years, like I have friends that work in the art toy industry and stuff like that. And they're like, when are you going to put out a figure? I'm like, I don't really have a voice right now. But in 2020, since we had so much like extra time because we're working from home, I'm like, I love sneakers because I was buying sneakers, a lot of sneakers at the time. And I was like, has anybody done a dead stock figure? For those who don't know what dead stock means, dead stock is a new pair of unused sneakers. That's the term for that. And I was like, nobody's done a dead stock. So I ended up designing a character that looked like a Reaper with a upside down Nike swoosh. Like here's the prototype, the first prototype that I did.
Oh man.
And it has more detail than the actual thing because I actually painted the shoes. Like so it was so I was like, I drew up my favorite sneaker.
We are going to give that away tonight. Stick around in the chat, guys. In the chat, stick around.
My favorite pair of sneakers, one of them is the Air Max 90 infrareds, and that's what I based it off of.
So I always said to myself, if I get a chance to sit down and talk with you, I'm going to ask you this. Your dead stock box and your toy, have you ever got any drawbacks from Nike at all with that logo?
No, because like I'm not really using one. I'm not making millions of dollars.
Correct.
It's not enough for them to come. It costs them more money to come after me than to actually, whatever. And again, like it's I've changed it enough to be not exactly,
more parody than
and I'm not selling apparel. I'm not selling, like all this stuff. It's just kind of it. I knew I wasn't going to make a lot of them. I was just like, okay, like I wasn't sure even if it was going to get made, right? So like so they haven't said anything, but if they do catch me and they want to talk, like I'm willing to give up dead stock to Nike. Just I'd love to just have a contact, like a conversation with Nike and just like saying, hey, can we make this into one of your characters?
So CEO of Nike, if you're watching this,
and we need to educate
Phil. Call me.
Yeah,
educate people because I know when I first started making some toys, I did a shrunken head series with some Disney characters, like some of my favorites. And people were like, "Oh, you're gonna get in trouble from Disney." I'm like, bro. For one, these are so limited that Disney doesn't even know I exist, for one. And for two, again, it would be more money to go after me than it would be to and there's no Disney logo or anything like that. But
unless you're like seriously flaunting it or making a lot of money, like then they'll come and say it's usually a cease and desist at first.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so
and it's usually apparel. Apparel usually gets caught before anything else. Usually.
Yeah. Talking to a guy who did Tech Dudes, so like I pushed it. Like I pushed because at the time nobody was doing like Ghostbusters or like comic book characters. You could only get them at like comic book stores. No retailers had it. So I was like, can we just like our favorite characters and make them into dudes, but not just you kind of wink at it. So
yeah. Again, I think there's like parody laws as long as you're kind of doing a parody of the figure and not blatantly just taking the IP property. You're usually
not at all.
So how did you and Arlux become one and the same?
So so again in 2020, like when I was doing the dead stock thing and 2020, late 2020, I saw that Arlux had done this half mask for Quicks. And I was like, dude, that thing is awesome. And I looked them up and I was like, oh, these guys do like protective gear for airsoft competitions and stuff. And they sold like that. So, but they were starting to get into like the art toy game. Like they weren't doing art toys completely yet, but they did this collab with Quicks. And I was like, oh man. So I hit them up and I was like, I have an idea for a half mask, right? And then I sent them a drawing, like basically what this turned out to be. And like a month went by, I didn't hear anything, and then they messaged, they're like, who are you again? I always get these who are you. And I'm like, hey, if you guys want to do some stuff together. And this was our first project together, and from there it was just like we clicked, like me, Marlon, and Thea just got along so well, and we talked and we wanted to do other projects. And as we're working on the mask and finishing that up, they're like talking about doing an art toy, and they started developing their own art toy and stuff like that. They're like, if you have any ideas, let me know. I'm like, yeah, for sure. You'll be the next, people I'll talk to. And so as I'm buying another pair of shoes on eBay, and at the last second, my bid gets sniped, right? So I'm like, these bastards, they're using bots to like snipe all these like things. So I was like, SniperBot. So I created a character called SniperBot, and we started working on that, which is this character right here. And basically, it's his mouth or his jaw area is this. It's the mask. So, and again, he's all like sneaker design. His jacket is actually a Nike box for an Air Max 90, and I was still into the Air Max 90s and stuff.
Yeah, and I can't tell that you're inspired or like Nintendo at all. I can't tell by.
Yeah, well, like retro gaming, sneakers, pop culture, and toys. Like I love all those things, right? It's my childhood.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like so we started working on my art toy SniperBot from there. And a few months afterwards, as we're working on that, they were like, hey, we just recently, Arlux was like, oh, we just recently acquired a small gaming company. Do you have any ideas for a game? So that's when we got into like, hey, okay, yeah, I do have an idea. Why don't we take SniperBot and create a game around that character? We'll make it like a Mega Man X type of style, or Zero, where he has a sword and a gun, and he goes after boss characters to steal their powers, which we are calling hype beasts. So he chases down hype beasts. So it's the character is chasing down the hype beasts to steal their powers, and all the hype beasts are based off of either sneakers or hype culture or the toy culture. And like if you know what it is, you guys will get it. But you don't have to know what it is. Like kids who don't know anything about sneakers or about the hype culture or the toy culture, like our toy culture, they'll just be able to play it and have a good time.
By the way, the Yeezy Red October is amazing. Like the use of that, I guess that's a boss, with the bear. And oh man, so dope.
Thank you. Yeah. So Red Croctober, again, we've changed it enough to be like, hey, it looks, what it, if you know, it's. So yeah, so from there I just ended up joining Arlux. So now I'm one of the game directors, of course, for their video game company, and I will be helping oversee their designs, the other designs that they have throughout. So yeah, wow. So now if you say Quest 1, it's Arlux, and it's Arlux's Quest 1. And recently we just are now partnered up. I can talk about this now. We just partnered up with a group in Canada called Bedrock Collectibles. And Bedrock is doing some great licensed stuff with statues. They're very much like a sideshow up in Canada. So they're going to be Arlux's distribution for North America. And we're going to be helping with some design stuff with them too. So look out for that in the future.
Just like Sideshow, but only a little bit friendlier since they're from Canada.
yeah. So look out for the Arlux Bedrock stuff that's going to be coming
I gotta
soon.
show this off. I told him I would show this off tonight. This is a new product that they just released a little bit ago and I know a lot of people in our community love DIY stuff.
Yeah.
Love doing their own figures. It's $60 retail. I did double check with him tonight. These are going to be $60, and then you got to pay shipping. I'll try to get my hands on some more of these. So if you guys want to grab them, but they are so cool. The box is amazing. You guys can paint the box.
It's all resin. It's our Cyber Skull blank.
And you have the head, you have all the weapons, the patches come off the sleeves. Wow. You got the pistols, the guns, like
it's the attention to detail. Like that's the first thing that sold me, is just how well packaged. Like as soon as I opened it, I was like, this thing is amazing. And you got the little window where you can see his face.
Yeah. So we design around it. We want the packaging to also tell a story, or like it's not. I know boxes are meant to be thrown away, but sometimes we were like, we want the boxes to be like, it's going to be hard for you to throw it away. It's because it's part of the character. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the Cyber Skull blank, and the great thing about that too is that, unlike most other vinyl toys, since it's not vinyl, it's resin. It's already, not pre-sanded, but it's easy to paint on.
No, it's ready.
It's ready to go.
Yeah, they are.
Again, like the parts are all magnetic, so you can actually pull everything apart to make it easier to paint. That's cool. What do you call it? And you don't have to take a blow dryer and heat up the thing, pop it off, sand it down.
No,
put primer.
They're super smooth. They're ready to paint, guys. They're top notch, ready to go.
Good to go out of the box.
Yep,
so $60, man, for a resin piece, and it's heavy.
And the packaging
with magnets.
It's actually 2 pieces of foam in there, because underneath where the body is the clear helmet,
magnetic,
the clear dome helmet, and then the brain.
Yep.
It's top notch, guys.
Yeah. And so there's more stuff coming up. So watch out for that.
We got Arlux in here, guys. Everybody say hi to him.
Hey, welcome.
Arlux.
Now he wants me to show the parts. Hey, you haven't paid me yet, so no, I can't show them. I'm kidding.
This segment's sponsored by. That's very cool.
But check this out, guys. This is the second layer of the box. This is what he's talking about for the parts. The weapons are so freaking detailed. You get 2 pistols, 2 rifles. You get the clear for the head and 2 sets of arms, depending on which gun you put in his hand. So this is the second level of foam inside there. It's just amazing.
Again, $60. What?
I know, dude. It's ridiculous.
Even I was like $60. Are you really? Okay.
For all that you're getting, that's crazy affordable.
Yeah.
So. And great for artists to resell. They can paint the boxes. They can use markers. They can use paint and, sell them at trade shows. So we are going to be doing a show with these, the ones I have now. I just got 10 of them in. So be on the lookout for that. We are going to be doing some stuff for our Lux. So
that'll be awesome, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna hold it out there in Vegas?
It either is going to be, I haven't talked to the person that has the gallery yet about it, but he's in the chat, so he probably knows who I'm talking about. Or we're going to be doing
who you are
at DCon, probably at DCon.
Gotcha.
So
that's awesome, man. Yeah, actually, I think I'm going to be making quite a few trips out to Vegas this year.
Nice.
Let me know. I'm going to go check out level 1.
Yep.
And check that out. I'm also going to check out the licensing show.
Oh yeah, let me know when you come in. I can, and if you need help with anything, let me know. I'm retired now, so I have a lot of time. So just let me know ahead of time when you're coming in.
Oh, are you going to be?
What do you used to do?
I'm retired from the Air Force.
Oh, right on.
I did 22 years with them. So
thank you for your service.
Thank you. That was fun. A lot of fun. But what was that, E?
I was just asking if you're going to be at DCon this year.
Yeah, yes. I might swing by. I know he is.
Not you, right?
I know Kwest is.
You're going to be.
Well, I'm actually going underneath we're going to be the Arlux Bedrock booth and stuff, and then we'll be showing off some really cool new stuff. And by that time, I think I'll have at least 80% of my game done, so you guys will be able to see that and play it more and stuff. So
is that only Switch, Nintendo Switch?
No, we're the only Filipino company that can port to Switch, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. We are gonna launch Switch first, but we can port to PlayStation and Xbox. So we're hoping to get into that market too. So
nice.
we're gonna bring that storytelling into our products and stuff.
So do you have any top secret info on a next dead stock? Are you planning on doing another colorway soon or no?
So dead stock, as far as the art toy goes, is going to go through a metamorphosis. It's actually I've done it. I did the first run, or I've done the run with UBD, which Travis is a great guy. I love him as a collaborator and a partner for doing. He was the first person to reach out to me, which was great because, again, it in 2020 I wasn't even sure if anybody would like it. I pitched it to other art toy companies, and they were like, yeah, we'll talk. Prior to me, I was like, well, I'm going to just get it modeled, paint it up myself, and then post it and see how people react. And people, it blew up a little, and people started reaching out. And the people that I was like, that I hit up before were like, hey, we're ready to take you on. I'm like, sorry. So I've already gone with UBD toys. So so what I'm doing is Deadstock is actually going to make an appearance in my video game. It's going to be, he's going to be the final boss, but that's just his first form. He actually has 2 other forms. His last form we're calling the Dreadstock, so we'll be on the lookout for that.
Oh man!
So there's gonna be a lot of stuff coming up, man.
Yeah. Like the characters that are gonna be in there, we're gonna try to transition into toys, but also like Cyber Skull is we're launching a comic book too, which I hopefully will be able to show you in a couple months. We're just finishing it up. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, sometimes he'll send me some sneak peeks of what he's got coming up. I'm like, damn, I can't wait. So
Yeah. The comic is looking great because like there's a lot of great comic book artists that are they're in the Philippines that actually do Marvel comics and all this.
Yeah.
Harvey Toliba is one of them, and he's going to be helping out doing the comic book. But yeah, we're going to try to do a series for Cyber Skull.
I want the 10-foot Cyber Skull, the big one. Yeah, whatever size that thing, 6 foot, whatever it is.
I don't think it's 10 feet. I think it's like 5. It's 5 something. It's massive.
Well, it's a full size helmet. Yeah. This guy. That's
his head would be massive. He's so top heavy. It's just gonna be fall over.
I wouldn't
like
take it
a
off.
Baby.
Yeah,
like a baby.
So, because I do a lot of like custom shows, right? Like I've started doing that more and more now with different, my figures or somebody else's figures. Are you interested in doing that kind of work? Like just painting like one-off toy for a show?
Oh yeah, no, I'll do that once in a while. I mean, I'll do that. I'd like to do it more often, but like there's so much stuff going on. I don't want to make promises because I've done shows. I've done stuff with shoot, why can't I? 5 points, guys.
Clutter.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clutter. But yeah, I've done a couple of their holiday shows. The Rainbow Show I did one year where I took my my Jay Zinger figure and I did a one-off bright red one.
Cool.
And I was surprised that somebody bought it. I was like, "What? Somebody bought it? That's amazing." But yeah, I'll do customs. It's just like I just don't want to.
No,
too many.
I just want to know if you're interested because I know, like for Decon, especially since you're going to be out there, I know I will for sure. I don't even know what figure it'll be yet, but it may even be Arlux figures. I don't know, but I am going to have a show at that show, so I didn't know if you were interested in doing that stuff. So I'll keep you up to date on that.
Yeah. Just like I'll look. I'll definitely look at. I'll put some time to do your show.
Okay.
What about that?
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because we appreciate you. Our looks appreciates you guys.
Miles Morales.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you did that.
Oh,
you gotta show the
yeah.
I did once. I just kind of. I was looking at the Jay Zingers. Those are like what 10-inch?
9.5. They're 9.5 inches. Yeah. Like I actually wanted them 12 inches, but then there was shrinkage. No, we were doing it. So that's another one. The Jay Zinger is another one where Invasion Toys, like sorry guys with Invasion did like reached out and was like, hey, do you have an idea for another art toy? I'm like, yeah. So again, I mentioned one of the first toys that I ever did was or the first toy that I ever got was a Mazinger from the Shogun Warriors line. And I was looking at my Jordan 3s, cement 3s, and I was like, hey, same colorway.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, and I could turn the swooshes into like, the thing on his chest, the crest on his chest. So I designed it as just a, like, not even designing it to be an art toy. I just drew it because I threw it out there and they were like, hey, can we turn this into an art toy? And I was like, yeah, definitely. Let's do this.
And I'm just saying, if you did a little blind box run of those with different colorways, whoo!
I think he needs to do the dead stock.
We did
dead stock minis.
We did 3 colorways for the Jay Zingers. We did one called Fragments, which was like black and white, and the other one was like a version of Home and Away, which was like the Kobe colorways or the Laker colorways for Los Angeles and stuff. So
that one is cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
So are you a big fan of bacon? Or how did
bacon?
So the bacon thing is like those are one of the most iconic Air Max 90s that came out like years ago. By what's I'm gonna say David. This guy, it was David Orville. Oh my God, I'm gonna butcher it. I can't believe I'm blanking right now. And I apologize if you're watching. He was like one of the guys who's like, I guess, was a designer for New York. He started his own like streetwear company, and then he got the chance to design a pair of color up a pair of Nikes, specific to his store. and it was called like the butcher shop or the meat something. It was just like you went in and it looked like a butcher shop. It was really cool. Everything was meat, and so if you actually took he designed the Air Max 90 Bacons to look like, if you put the two shoes together, it looks like what the bacon fat would look like. You know, so it was one of those shoes that were really hard to get, and they re-released them I think in 2021, and I was like, oh man, I'll be able to own a pair. So yeah, like I was able to scoop it up, but we're like, hey, let's do a bacon version, and that was for UVD's exclusive for their shop and stuff. So I don't know if there's still any more left, but I mean, you guys can check the UVD.com.
That makes more sense. I had no idea about the bacon.
Yeah, it's based off the everything sense. That the colorways that most of the colorways that Deadstock came in is actual Air Max 90 colorways and stuff. The one you have is I think the reverse 90s.
Yeah, I have the reverse. I guess this is the non-reverse, right?
Oh yeah, so that was specific to Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye wanted the reverse. Mind's Eye actually was like, can we make it like the Jordan 11s? I was like, well, okay, if you want, we'll color it like that.
Then I got I got the blue one. Got the
a yellow one, right?
The yellow, and then
the Volt Green. Yeah,
because Benny did a colorway, right? The blue.
Yeah. So that was that's the. Again, that's like the laser blues are an actual thing. So,
and the black and gold, man, like I missed that. That was a decon drop, right? Or no?
Yeah. It was actually I brought it out to decon. I actually launched it in the Philippines in 2023. It was funny because like Arlux invited me out there for a convention, up in this up in the mountains. It was wild. It was like at this really ritzy golf. Like only members could go in there, and I'm like, how's anybody going to get to these conventions, or how's anybody going to get to this convention? Like, but what was happening was like all the rich people were sending runners to go up to the mountain to go buy these art toys, and I was like, that is wild.
Oh man!
Wow. Yeah, he collects black and gold. That's what our top shelf up here.
Ah, yeah. Well, black and gold.
He was so bummed that he missed it. That's okay. Well, there you go.
I've been always wanting to do like a Daft Punk Guy and Thomas figure, but and here's just like name drop. My friend Warren Fu. I don't know if you would know the name.
Is he on the Foo Fighters? Is he from the Foo Fighters?
He's actually the guy who designed General Grievous. And he's a really good friend. We've known each other since high school.
That's Star Wars. That's Star Wars.
Yeah, and then he ended up doing music videos for Daft Punk. So he does music videos, and he's done. I think I forgot. He did the album cover for Random Access, and he directed a couple of those videos. But he was telling me like, I don't think they'll be doing any licensing, and I'm like, oh man, come on, let me just do one.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm gonna see if I can convince Warren, if you're watching. Talk to your boys.
Yeah.
Hey, Quest, you almost the house almost was on fire by food that was being cooked downstairs. What's for dinner? We want to know what's for dinner at the Quest household.
Bacon.
It's salad. I don't know why it's burning. We're having salad. So
that's weird.
That's weird.
You're making it wrong.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I thought adding mushrooms was wrong, but I guess
we like to learn a little bit about the person behind the dope art and the artist a little bit too. So we're going to ask you a few curveball questions here.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So when you're in your creative process, are you sitting there watching streaming shows? Do you have a playlist? If so, what does that playlist or streaming service look like for one?
So I get up, feed the cats, and then I lay down and doom scroll for like 5 hours on the floor. Turn on my PlayStation to play some games, then shut it off 2 minutes later because I feel bad, like I should be working.
Then turn it back on 2 minutes later.
Then go to my computer.
Yeah.
spend another hour figuring out, do I want to watch on Netflix or do I want to watch on YouTube or do I want to watch? I do that for a while.
See, this sounds like my husband.
It sounds exactly like. Yeah,
look at my list of to do, and I'm like, God, I got to do this. Okay, make sure no freelance is coming in. I'm
this is great. I love
so that's my creative process.
Yeah, perfect. I love it.
Very inspirational.
The most brilliant minds are procrastinators by heart, so it's great.
I think I have undiagnosed ADHD. That's what it is. Like I'm like, I want to do this. I want to do a bunch.
It's fine. Things. You're good. You're fine.
What are some of the streaming service shows that are on your playlist these days?
Recently, I think I'm on Netflix because it's the easiest to access. I'm usually watching anime.
Okay.
And I usually
what's your favorite anime?
It's hard. That's another one hard.
Like saying like your favorite child. What's your favorite? Yeah.
Yeah, it's because there's new ones coming out too. Like, and of course, I jump on Crunchyroll sometimes. So Solo Leveling is actually pretty cool. Anything, most of those things that power up, right? Like Bleach or Naruto or like these are the newer ones, right? And then, it's hard. There's too many. Because like sometimes I like slice of life stuff. Like Azumanga Daioh, if you guys know what that is.
Whatever
like,
kind of mood you're in, right? Like
I jump in there. Like if I want to watch Mecha, I'll go back and watch the Macross movie that I've had for years. I miss my bootleg VHS that I got at Comic-Con.
Is it Naruto or is it One Piece that has like 1,000 episodes? I can't remember which one it is.
One Piece is like I can't. I've never watched One Piece. I tried because everybody's like, dude, it's epic, and I'm like, dude, I guess the first 3 episodes have to get me to just like jump in there and be like, okay, I'm into it.
What's the one that you're showing me that has the like really cool like soundtrack and stuff?
It's not an anime. It's
okay.
That was Arcane.
Got it.
That was cool.
Which one was it? Sorry.
It wasn't anime. It was Arcane, the League of Legends.
Yeah. Well, another one there's an anime with a really good soundtrack is Samurai Champloo, if you guys know that one.
Is that on?
It's got this dope. Do you know who the Nunjabis are? Like this Japanese hip hop. It's just it's samurais and the action's amazing, and then you've got this like hip hop R&B like background, but it's like it's like in the Edo period, and you're like, what the mix is nuts, but it works. And it's just a beautiful anime. Give it a look. If you get a chance.
Is there anything that you don't have planned or it's not in the works yet that you really want to do that you haven't, it's not even you haven't even spoken of it yet to get anything going, but you want to do it?
There's a lot of things I'm already doing that I want to speak on, but right now we're still in the early phases or just kind of getting the things worked out on it. But yeah, dang, what can I talk about? Future. So I'm actually like collaborating with another artist named Oni X Art. I don't know if you guys know them or him. He does these amazing demon pop culture half masks. Like, they're super, super cool. I met him last year at Collected Con, and just was like, oh man, your half masks are amazing. Like, and he hand paints them themselves. They look just super legit. He's got like a Frieza full demon Japanese mask. That's cool. It's at Oni X Art, ONIXART. If you guys want to look him up, he's some really cool stuff. And let me see.
That's what
I will sneak peek something. So,
ooh, snap.
We love our DT4 sneak peeks. Oh my lord!
Whoa.
So
we saw one of those.
Where did I saw something with that, with the horns coming out like that.
It's just a demon mask, but what we're doing is just it's again it's all based on sneakers, so we're doing a Nike, like that. Actually, the swoosh turns into the like the teeth. It goes in and comes out like that.
You mentioned Collected Con is where you met this individual. Will you be at Collected Con this year?
Probably not. Like I'm doing a lot. I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling, just checking out other shows. Like I said, Level 1 in Vegas, and
Yep.
I want to go to the licensing show just to talk to people and yeah, super cool stuff.
Great.
You guys, everybody, check out this guy. His work is amazing.
So do people wear these masks, or is it just art?
You can wear them, I believe. Or hang them up. It's your choice.
Rock, next episode, I want you wearing one of these.
Yeah, well, it would definitely help me. But I was just wondering if that's like people. Now that you say that, it's probably a cool thing to just hang them on your wall, and if you collect that would be pretty badass, actually.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and again, like it's wearable art, so really cool. Yeah,
that's crazy. We need to get that one for Red.
Y'all need to make a respirator mask with a really for all the graffiti artists, and while we're airbrushing, so we can.
Oh no, that's sick right there.
That's like an actual respirator, right?
Exactly, but it's that type of art. That's cool.
Yeah, and of course, we at Artlux are doing a few things too that, again, I wish I could talk about it. I'm not sure. Let me check if Marlon will let me talk about stuff.
We're excited to kind of get to follow the journey and keep all the new coming out.
You guys will have presence at any of the major cons this year, NYCC, any of those?
We might do Fan Expo in Toronto.
Okay.
Let's see. A New York Comic Con, I'm not entirely sure yet. If anything, we'll probably partner up with Benny again over at Tenacious.
Yep.
Arlix and Tenacious are,
Yeah. We did a show. We did a custom show 2 years ago. Ditto, was that at NYCC?
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. Yeah.
Benny's good.
For which platform?
On the Cyber Skull, we did a show. Benny hosted it.
And it was Rock's piece. It's not accessible at the moment, but I have that piece that he did for that custom show.
Yeah. I think I did a Wu-Tang piece, and it was gone before the show.
Yeah, I saw it. I was pissed. I was like, I like a lot of music collections, and I was like, oh, son of a. But yeah, it was gone.
Yeah, Ditto comes up to me and goes, "Hey, you don't mind if I buy your piece like right now, do you?" Like, no, go for it. Like, So yeah, there was a good show.
Yeah. I just was like, because I was expecting to be able to show it on my like Instagram. I was like, I'm gonna post about it and stuff like that. And I'm like, where's my piece? And I was like, Benny, what happened to my piece? Like, did you guys like lose it or? No, he's like, no, it's sold, it's gone. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess. No, it is very cool. Thank you to whoever bought it. That's amazing.
And we I do want to do more with the minis that Marlon sent me with these guys. I just put them in baggies so I wouldn't lose the pieces. But
so
the little figure inside it.
So I guess we can talk about that. So that's our Bits line. So Bits is also a video game we're working on, where it's a chibi arena brawler, and what do you call it? And these our characters will be on there. But we're also trying to do is something similar to Fortnite, where we'll ask artists to see like if we can. We're still trying to figure out the logistics of this, but like for like that month we'll release a pack for skins that will have your character in the game too. So people, so again,
there's a custom Bits that I did for Benny.
Yeah, I love it
for his show.
So the one that Rock has, it has a little dude in the back, right? Like a little
the unicorn version.
Okay, that's what looks Project Unicorn. Okay, and then the regular Bits is the one with just like the Cyber Skull, right? It has
the one I just showed off. Yep.
So again, we'll probably have that at the shows too. Like
that's the regular.
You'll be able to play it. It's again, you can play against your friends. You guys pick out your characters, and it's kind of Smash Brothery, Fortnite-y, but really cutesy and simple. It's like, again, chibis, but imagine your characters in chibi, like throwing bombs at each other or trying to slash each other with ninja swords and stuff. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, we're pushing forward because like at Arlux, we're trying to do a thing where we're not trying to do. What we're going to do is like, create content and entertainment that'll help support the toys too. So you'll see that our video games will come packed with our toys. You know, like when you come in to be like, hey, I'm gonna drop again like $60 to $100 and some things. It'll come with a game, you know, that you can get on Nintendo Switch or Steam or one of those things. So, and if you just buy the game themselves, they're going to be really accessible. Like my game is only going to be like $10 to play, and it's going to be like a 6-hour just casual. If you're a casual player, you can do it in 6. You know, like, and then if you're more hardcore, then maybe 3.
Yeah, so, that's awesome.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys got a lot of stuff coming. And it always seems like he does. Like since I've known him a couple years now, he seems like he's always bringing something new out. Like it's or in the works. It's crazy how much he pumps out.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to make the business more. I guess like we want to be able to not just give like really cool art toys. We want to do stuff that's more affordable, that the public can get to. That's we want to jump in. We want to do some cutesy stuff, plushes, and all that stuff. We're all just kind of putting our heads together and like, here's a list of what we want to do for the future of that. So we'll definitely have some really cool stuff coming out, not just for the art toy scene, but just in the toy scene in general.
Yeah. Can't wait. And you can always come back on here.
Thank you.
All our guests that come on, anytime you want to come on, you take 5 minutes and promote something, just hit us up, let us know that you want to do it, and we'll schedule it in there. So,
hey, I don't even mind stopping to just talk shop. Like, hey, what do you guys think of this toy? Be brutal with mine. Just be like, oh god, this is garbage. What are you doing?
And if you want to do like a preview of something getting ready to come out, and you have an actual prototype of it, and show us, we could
definitely
some sales for you too.
No, we'll definitely because there's a ToyCon Philippines is happening in June. And we're going to have something out there, and a month before we're going to do a little big push for something new that we're releasing.
Nice.
But I wanted to ask, what other platforms do you guys do your own figure platforms?
Well, we're all streamers on Whatnot, so we're all collectors, and then individually we can kind of talk about what we do, but we all have different things that we dabble in. We are all kind of fans of the creatives. Are you familiar? You were a creative series 1. You know the creatives. Yeah. So B was a rising star in the latest series of the creatives. Rock's got Rocking Toys. We all kind of do little things.
Yeah. In Rocking Toys, you guys produce.
I do. I started off doing resin. He's right behind me here on this side. I did my first vinyl toy this year. This last year, actually. So I finally put out a vinyl toy. One of them is a DIY, so people can paint on them and stuff like that. And then you got my resin ones up there.
Is it the big buff guy? Is that the vinyl toy that you did, or?
Let me pull. I don't even know if I have. He's this guy. This is Frank. This is the most. It's not vinyl. This is a resin version of him.
Cute, man. What's his backstory?
He's a little mischievous, but he's a good mischievous. Him and his brother are. I don't have one of him laying around. They like to cause crap, and but they're good people. They spread love and all that good stuff, but they get into a little bit of trouble.
Is it based off of like you and your brothers?
It could be. There's a lot of things that me and my brothers did that I actually got forced to do because I was the baby. So, I mean, we robbed kids with our BB guns. My brother would tell me to shoot at them because they had a bag full of candy. So we robbed. I think I was 7, and we were robbing kids for their candy. So it was bad. It was bad.
Oh my god. Yeah, and we just kind of, so E and I just actually bought a resin printer, and I started doing art a couple years ago just for kind of mental health. I needed something to kind of, deal with stress, and so I started doing art, and then, we were streaming on Whatnot at the time. The community was amazing. I started buying my paintings and stuff, and then from then it kind of morphed over to designer toys, and I did I'm like custom designer toys that we don't have our own figure yet, but that's the goal is with us having the printer is to create and do our own figures. So
yeah, man,
the technical genius and works, you know, with, you know, he's going to do the whole nomad stuff.
And then once you do that, once you create that first toy, then it really works your mental health because you got to figure out all the little details and what you want to do. But it's fun.
I mean, again, you know, there's room for everybody. I think
there is.
We should all be able to eat, and that's great. I love the community, the collaborations, and everything about it. You know,
that's then the creatives like really kind of brought, I think, all of us together because, you know, we met Red while we were streaming the card series 2. We met Red, and then you know, he introduced us to, you know, just a lot of different artists, and then, you know, I got the opportunity to be in series 3, which was crazy cool. And yeah, it's been a wild journey, but
it's been fun.
The designer toy,
it's been expensive.
Community is
fun.
That's your own fault.
Most definitely.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, you know, we're all collectors. We always have been.
Oh yeah.
And I think, you know, we all in some
expensive.
Oh yeah.
Don't get into this. Expensive.
We all have our rabbit holes, Quest. Trust me. But I think at the end of the day, we all love art and artists, and you know, we came together kind of as this collaborative effort to try to give artists a platform, whether it be VR or whatnot shows or here on DT4. And we all, you know, kind of have done little individual things as well. So you
guys do like VR, like what?
Do
like
what?
You do VR like podcasts or
no,
VR?
No, that would be cool.
That's an idea,
but no, just
be in the room with us guys. Wow, there's some Ready Player One shit going on here.
Well, I had a YouTube channel before that I did mostly Funko stuff, and I got out of Funko, so we started DT4 on my YouTube just because I had a YouTube channel already set up and I could already, you know, bring those people over. And then we decided we need to have our own channel and our own branding. So we started that last year, and it's been, you know, a lot better that way.
This is the DT4 that we're on.
Yeah.
Nice. So it's like the 4 of you, right?
Yeah.
Designer toy.
Forum. Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
Nice.
First time I told Red, he was like, "Dude, you spelled Fourum wrong." And I was like, "No, it's just don't worry about
it." You don't get it. You're like, what if I would just put the number 4?
Yeah.
And then
we did
at
that
the
for
end.
a little bit.
You'll get a kick out of this, Quest, because you have a funny sense of humor. For a while, some of our branding was DTF.
Are you DTF? Yeah.
And when we went to Collected Con, we had our first booth together, and our t-shirts on Saturday were the DT4 with the little Chicago flag colorway because we were in Chicago, and then on the back it said, "Are you DTF?"
Handing out postcards.
Yeah. People were
10% off. You're like, what? Excuse me, what?
I actually had somebody stop me, and he's like, "Hey, what does "Are you DTF" mean?" And I was laughing, and I'm just like, "What?" And he's like, "No, because we make shirts."
He's lotioning up, putting on lip balm. He's like, "What's up? What's up with that?"
So he would send him to his OnlyFans. He sent him to his OnlyFans and said,
I forget what he said, but I guess in the t-shirt world, it's direct to
direct
to film.
I guess he's like, that's what we do. So I just didn't know if your shirt meant that, and I was like, no, we're not.
No, that's the raunchy.
It's direct to video. He's trying to make up stuff now. It's not direct to film. Film's expensive. Nobody uses film anymore.
It's true. It's way too expensive.
So do you guys want to be filmed, or what's going on?
As close as we get right here.
I'm sorry. I'm just going off the. You guys are cool though. That's why. Make me feel comfortable.
Good.
I'm saying crazy shit around here.
That's the goal. We want it to be a very informal, you know, comfortable platform where basically we're here just to support artists and try to, you know, get who you are out to the people so that
that's amazing. That's great. Yeah, I mean, I love doing these type of things too. I mean, I think one of my favorite things is doing conventions once it's all set up. I shouldn't say doing conventions as a whole, but like when just being able to talk to people about the product and all that stuff, it's just like, you know.
Well, you're good at it. You know, some people are people, and you're a people person for sure.
Well, I think I've been always wanting to write my own stories and characters, and just anybody who will listen. I'm like, dude, you want to hear a story about? I mean, usually it's like, do you know what this means? And then I get them in. They're like, no, what is it? And I'm like, well,
we got time for
I got a video game.
Let's go. Gather around, kids. Gather around, kids. It's story time.
It's story time. One day.
Well,
I want David Attenborough's voice though to do this. You know,
I think I can like spotlight this Quest. And I don't know.
Whoa.
We'll get that figured out.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I mean, if you guys got stories to tell too, it'd be amazing. I mean, I'm open to if you guys want to reach out. Again, I was in content development for Jack Specific that was my last job. As a creative director over there. So like if you want to run stories by me or just shoot the shit about like, what do you think? I'm like, yeah.
Well, we're not kidding about Decon. We're taking you to a diner and we're gonna have a meal or something together.
Oh hell yeah! Me and my entourage.
I'm buying.
Yeah.
So
I'm bringing all of Arlux.
Yeah,
like
that's fine.
We need to get him out here for a show. I know he's always no, but we need to get him out here.
I think he'll be at Decon this coming year.
That would be amazing. So
we're just trying to get. I think Marlon's trying to get the visas and because he has family actually out in Vegas. So
yeah, he does. That's what kind of connected us together.
I was going to offer Rock's couch for him, but never mind. It sounds like he got.
Yeah, no, my couch is plenty big.
Rock's got bunk beds, so there's more room for activity. It's true. Quest, man, we really appreciate you. Were so generous with your time today.
Thank you for having me.
You're absolutely welcome back anytime if you need to chat, talk shop, promote anything. We're here for you.
Yeah, so a month out before June, I'm definitely gonna be back to be telling you guys some cool secret stuff we drop in.
Yeah.
We love the secrets here at DT4.
Yeah, we do.
Give all of the plugs you'd like. Where can people find you? Where are you going to be this year? Anything you want to promote, plug away.
Well, the website is www.quest1.com or www.arluxcustoms.com. And you can check out stuff over there, shop at our shops, or follow us. I'm sure you already put it up there at Quest1, like KWESTONE, and at Arlux Customs, arlux.customs. Yeah. So follow us for more info and upcoming stuff.
Yeah,
especially for the video game stuff.
And look for them for sure at Decon, and if you're going to be in the
Decon,
Philippines,
yeah, we'll announce what conventions we'll be at. If you're in the Philippine area, like in the Philippines during the month of June, we'll be doing ToyCon PH out in the Mall of Asia. If you guys know where that is,
not on the Rich Mountain anymore.
No. This is in the city in Manila. Okay. It's a part of Manila, so it's a really the convention center. I forgot what it's called, but it's a massive convention center, and the area is all like new and incredible. I'm like, dude, it's worth going out. Like I was surprised because I hadn't been to the Philippines in a long time. So when I went out in 2023, I was like, wow, there's a lot of cool development that's been happening here. So.
And they have great toy shows there too. It seems like a lot of the stuff that I've seen from Arlux is that some of the shows they go to, like I've been wanting to go to something like they have some great stuff out there.
Yeah, I think if you guys, I think all of us should go out and check out not just Asia, but like check out stuff in Mexico, check out stuff in Canada. Like I'm planning to try to travel to all these kind of shows just to check it out. I mean, Arlux just did Jakarta, and they said that was amazing out there, but that's not even the biggest show that they do out there, I heard. So there is another Jakarta show that we're looking into. Hopefully I'll get to go this time. So we'll see. Yeah, and maybe Japan one day, right, guys?
Nice.
That's on the bucket list for us for sure.
Right? Oh man, that'd be nuts.
But yeah, anytime you want to come back, just come. Let us know, and we'll promote you guys. And Arlux has a special place in my heart. So anytime you guys want to do something, let me know. And
definitely.
We'll help you out. For sure.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
There it is. We're all bunking with our lucks. Let's go.
He's got a compound. Don't get it twisted. This dude's got a compound.
Marlon has it's like one of those things when you see on TV. What was that when the like when he says compound, it's literally a compound.
Yeah, he's got a house and a separate building where Arlux has run. It's like his office building, but there's also like extra rooms in there. This is all in his property. So I haven't been there but myself, but like having conversations of like, what's that noise? He's like, oh, I'm getting my building finished. And I was like, where are you? He's like, oh, it's at my house. Right next door. Like, right. I'm like, what the? I'm like,
we're gonna screenshot this comment. He said we can stay with him, so we're gonna screenshot that.
Here it is, right there. Somebody
and the food is gonna be amazing, guys. Come on.
Yes.
Somebody get that for us. Well, Quest, man, you're awesome, dude. We love you. We're huge fans to begin with, and we can't wait to see what you guys come up with. It's exciting that you are now part of the Arlux family, and great things coming. I can't wait for that video game next year. That's going to be insane. And again, anytime you got an open door invite here on DT4.
Really appreciate you guys.
For sure, man.
Quest one, guys. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate you.
Enjoy your salad.
Yeah, go eat your salad.
Yeah, it's on fire
with bacon. It's with bacon.
With bacon, there you go.
So man, Quest, insane, huge, rich, diverse history and background in the art scene. We could talk to him for hours more, and we will one of these days.
He's
soon.
so chill.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Easy to talk to.
Yeah, we'll get him back.
Yeah, so cool. So guys, we have another episode coming up on the 19th, and we will be having Mr. Playful Gorilla on DT4. So if you're not following us, please do so. DT4_live over on IG. And we're getting real close to 500 followers over there. I think we should do some kind of a big 500 follower giveaway. So if you can spread your, the word, as it were, we'll post something up there soon and kind of try to get a little over that 500 hump and get some kind of giveaway.
We need to do I was thinking today too, we need to do a subscriber blast. Like, where are we at for subscribers? How many subs do we have? Does anybody know?
We're still.
Thank you, Arlux.
On the new account, let's see.
Yeah, where are we at?
We're at 187.
So approaching 200.
We need to get that to 200. We should promote that at the same time we do the Insta.
Yeah, for sure. We'll do a 200 subscriber, 500 IG follower giveaway. And we got enough people that we can tap on the shoulder and put together a nice little prize pack or several prizes. So please give us a follow. Again, it's DT4_live. Obviously, you're here right now. So if you're here right now, it doesn't take much for the 20 of you to just subscribe, smash that like button, maybe add a comment, and we would appreciate it.
Comments do help, guys. Comments helps the video pop up in just normal people's chat, or in their YouTube. So please make a comment in there. It definitely helps for sure.
Yeah, share this video on your socials, because I mean, Quest he's so dope. Like, people would like this interview. It's he's knowledgeable in his craft, obviously.
I always appreciate the pieces so much more after learning about
learning backstories and just also learning just about the person too. I mean, it's so cool. And a lot of what we do here on DT4. So we've got some really cool artists in the queue. But our next episode is going to be the 19th with Playful Gorilla. So go get ready for that.
Who invited that guy?
Giveaways. Who is that guy? You guys are going to hear a fun backstory on that episode about the invite process for that episode. It was a whole ordeal.
It's a whole thing.
It's always our ordeal with him. It's awesome. He's a lot of fun.
March is a busy month. So I know everyone's busy doing customs for Rock Show. Let's rattle around the room and talk about what we've got coming up individually, and then let's get back to customizing, gang. So who wants to start? EB, me, Rock? Who started?
Ditto, you go first this time. You usually go last. Go first.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of bolts in my possession, one that I'm just having fun with on the side. You guys can check that out, on my IG and what I'm going to do with that on whatnot. But I'm very excited to be part of the big bolt custom show on the 29th of March. And I am doing Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. I even got a little die-cast car that I customized to go behind the figure. So it's going to be a great show.
Windows and everything.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
I've been seeing a lot of the teases. My teases will be following here soon. A lot of fun. And then really the rest of it is just kind of normal status quo. Friday night over on Whatnot. I've got one of one artists lined up throughout March. We talked about that a little bit in the beginning, so I won't go too in depth on that. But I can tell you that this week's artist, guys, you're going to want to be in the room. You're going to want to be in the room. This artist, I'm going to give you a little tease. I normally never do this. This artist, I'm going to give you some hints. This artist has never, to my knowledge, been on Whatnot. Certainly not. I don't think in my stream. Maybe in other streams, but I not a regular participant on Whatnot. And because there's, I don't know, 60 to 70 artists in every series of the creatives, I can tell you this person is a creative. And this will be somebody that hasn't customized a ton of figures in our little circle or world. And you're going to want that commission. That's all I'm going to say. Past that, that's what I've got coming up.
Okay, say this. Is he a creative in Series 3?
You said he. I said they.
Okay, they. Whatever pronoun you want to use, whatever. Is it this Create Series 3?
I'm not going to give that much away.
Oh, come on. There's still like 6.
There's a bazillion artists in Series 3.
I'm not going to give that much away. You got the teases you're going to get out of me.
I'm not going. I'm boycotting now then.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, show up Friday. It's at 10 p.m. Eastern time, and it'll be a lot of fun.
So
cool. EB, what you got?
We have our regular show Saturday, and then
no drunken bee on a hotel bed.
What are you talking about? I was not drunk. You're making me look bad in front of Quest 1. That's embarrassing, Rob.
Leather pants pee in full effect.
I'm not a drunk, y'all.
We all have a few cocktails.
No.
Some of us more than others.
I had 2 glasses of wine, y'all haters. Anyways, I'm just working on lots of customs for shows.
See, you're in like a ton of shows coming up here.
Got me all flustered. Yeah. So 3 this month. Big Dog Dave's show will be in April. Got a piece for that. We're printing the Strange Cat, the ones that are going to Strange Cat, so that'll be a cool thing. And then hopefully Ian and I will start working on stuff of our own after those shows are done. So I did have to kind of close up my commissions. I know people have been, there's a couple people that have been waiting on pieces for me, so I'm finishing all that. But I unfortunately have to close right now because if I want to have time to work on stuff of my own, that's what I gotta do. So,
hey, yeah. I mean, I'd much rather have artists say no, I can't do it when you ask them than to jump off halfway through.
Yeah,
Yeah. So if you can't do it, you can't do it. Don't stress yourself out. It's supposed to be fun. Supposed to be fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing and I don't want it to feel like work. So that's what I'm trying very hard to do. So
I will also add one thing. There is something fun. You asked what's coming up in April, May range. Rock and Ian B and I will be talking about this post show. So for the rest of you, I'm sorry, unless you guys want to jump in the green room with us. There's going to be something that we can tease probably in the next couple weeks. So it's going to be fun. Post rock show. That'll be something exciting that you're all going to learn about.
So yeah, I have the Arlux stuff coming up with the minis and with the big size DIYs. Again, if you guys want any of the DIYs, just let me know and I will hit up Arlux and see if I can get some more. The 10 that I have is going to be used for something else. So, but I think it's great if you guys want to customize something and sell it. It's a great resale piece because they're pretty sick. I'm working on, I showed this to Ditto before the show. I am working on and it's a pretty odd piece. If you guys have never seen bubble craps, you probably won't know what this is. But this piece here is going to have dice inside and it's going to be with bubble crap machine in a casino. So these will be going out to big time YouTubers that do gambling on YouTube and film it. So I'll be giving these away to them, just to get exposure and stuff like that. So
I know a pretty big YouTuber that's from the Chicago area that does gambling. He's more blackjack, but
okay. Are you talking about John?
John Cirsani? Yeah.
I know John.
All right.
He's a great guy actually, but he's mostly blackjack. But that's it. The big thing for me is making sure everybody gets their stuff done on time and gets it sent out to Kohoi so they can inventory everything. They're setting up everything in the gallery. We're going to have live music. We're going to have live painting. I know Nat Geo is going to be painting with me on Saturday during the day. I don't know who else is going to be there that wants to DIY. So it's going to be fun.
Cool.
Have a couple other things in the works, but again, that's down the road a little bit. But that's all I got.
Well, we'll be back in 2 weeks, guys, for our big St. Patrick's Day show with Mr. Playful Gorilla, March 19th. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we will see you on Whatnot and on IG and everywhere else. So thank you, guys. Rock.
Everybody be safe, stay happy, and gosh darn it, guys, be nice to each other. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Have a good couple of weeks, guys.
Good night, everybody.